So, I already know what you're thinking. Andy, you're kind of selling out. What are you doing? Well, I wasn't planning on doing a vid like this, but I figured it would be kind of cool if you guys wanted to see my process. So this is going to be a video of me redrawing something I did back in about 2015. I remember very little about this piece and what the story behind it was. In fact, when my parents asked me about what the story was, why she was all beat up, I had no idea. All I remember about this character is that her name is Nadia and she was playing some sort of game that she was trapped in. Think like Portal, but worse. So obviously there's a lot of anatomy mistakes. Her eyes are way too big. The arm is way too tight to be bleeding like that. She's bruised weirdly. She's got like this weird big head syndrome. It's just bad. The lighting doesn't look good. But I'm going to be redrawing it today and seeing if I improved, which I hope I did. Yeah. So here I'm just opening up my program, Paint Tool Sci, and moving the picture around so I can have it for reference for when I sketch. I realized on this channel I've never really shown you guys my sketch process because I always cut it out of the video. And I do that because a lot of the times my sketch process is really messy and writing down what is this, because seriously, I think I was trying to copy Paradox from Steven Universe's limb enhancers things, but it just came off weird and misshapen metal. It doesn't look good. So for this video I wanted to record my sketch process and show it to you guys, and normally there'd be music playing or something, but this time it's me talking. I hope you enjoy. So my sketch process is really messy, like I said. I usually start out with basic shapes like her torso, and her arms are usually just cylinders and circles and stuff. I was really proud of her feet here. That's the first time I've ever drawn a foot like that, the first try. So for her sketch process, I was kind of trying to take what was already in the picture and refine it a little bit. So these little knee pad things, I tried to make them extend the whole knee, as if during this game she has weights on her knees that prevent her from walking good. And her legs also have these weights on them, hence the metal feet. I sort of drew her bending forward a little bit with this arm limb enhancer thing because I wanted to make it also a weight that was put on her for a penalty or something, maybe. I was just trying to put a little more thought into the character than I did before, because I'm sure she did have a story, but I didn't know what it was. I also drew a little bit more of a background, tried to make it look like a portal level with the number of the level on the wall and the pipe and the alarm going off, as if maybe she's trying to escape, maybe? I'm not really sure. And I've been trying to get better at backgrounds recently, so you guys get to see my journey with that in this picture as well. It's kind of grouped together with my sketch process because I wanted to do the background first and figure out how I was going to do the lighting on the main figure. This little drain thing here, I've just noticed that in a lot of industrial things with floor panels like this, they usually have drains, so I was kind of trying to make it look like a hospital, maybe? I don't really know what I was going for. I just know that I was trying to make it look better than the original did, which I think I succeeded at, hopefully. So with this pipe, I had to actually go look up pictures later on of what rust looks like. You'll see that in a minute. Because of course I've seen rust, obviously, but I've never seen rust on pipes and stuff. And with these numbers in the background, I was trying to make it look like they were stencil painted on, but I'm not really sure that I stuck with it all the way with it. Here's me looking up what rust is. So I put this little light thing, like the sun, in the corner to try and get like a light source of where I'm going to be putting the alarm that's going off, which I think instead of blue that I had in the original picture, I'm making it red this time so I can have a little bit of a backlighting effect on her body. Here's me putting the alarm in, trying to put it like somewhat 3D at least. So originally I wanted to do 2 of those, but I couldn't copy and paste it, so I decided to not do that. So midway through this, like, there was a pause when I was sketching, and I actually brought my mom in to critique it, and I would say that's a good piece of advice for, like, starting out artists who want to improve their art. Have other people look at it before you start lining it and stuff, and have them give their input on it. It's really important before you start doing detail work to make sure the sketch is good. Okay, so for this part of the video, it's a little bit more sped up because this is where I started lining and doing flat colors. You can see the background is gone because I put it away while I did the line art, because the line art is pretty dark color and I wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing. Here you can see that the little like hanging off things from her wrist bandage, I decided against doing that because I felt her stomach area was already a bit too crowded and I wanted to show off her midriff a bit more. I'm not putting the metal details on the foot in the line work because I want that to be subtle, plus the feet are gonna be shaded to all heck before we even get to that point. Flat colors were a struggle because the first picture I ever did, I never saved a sci file of it, and there's a whole bunch of effects on it, so I just kind of had to roll the dice and guess what colors I was using, which, that's a PSA. Save your files as sci or whatever program you're using, so later on you can remove all the effects and try to salvage the colors you used. I decided to give her this like shock collar type thing, and my original plan was to like have it be lighting up as well, like with the alarm, but I decided against that because, like I said, I wanted to have backlighting and that would have made front lighting for me to do. So here I'm going in with this acrylic brush that I got from, I got it on Tumblr somewhere. I think it was from the artist Kiwi Bird. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description, but honestly, I'll probably forget. So the blending stuff with this brush has become increasingly easier. It's just that I'm too lazy to go back later and color in like line art and stuff. So a lot of the times that kind of takes away from it, but for this picture, there's too many effects really to totally be like, oh, I'm gonna go back. But now I'm adding in cuts and bruises and stuff now that her skin is shaded in, and I'm adding a bit of rust to her feet because there's rust in the pipes. Why wouldn't there be on her feet? And there's a drain on the floor, so obviously it gets wet sometimes. I didn't do this to the weight on her arm, I think, because honestly it was shaded too dark anyway. I'm doing the bandages now, which my thought process was she got wounded somehow in both these areas, which is why I'm adding in like a blood effect. And she was taken to get bandaged even though she's trapped in here. I have no idea, because oh, here you can see those little black boxes popping up because my recording software kept messing up my computer because I pirate everything I own. So shading in the wonderful, what do you call them? Heck, you call them sweatpants? Yeah, sweatpants. Shading in those. Here I'm adding in the like bloodshot eyes because I'd imagine you don't get a lot of sleep when you're stuck in a facility like this. And I think I'm gonna move on to lighting here in a second, where I just start like darkening everything up. Oh, I forgot to add those little, like, wire things on her arm, which I'll do that later, but it's strange that they're even included in here. Putting red on everything is, like, most of this piece. So yeah, I think I'm finished up with lighting now, and I'll show you the full piece here in just a second, but yeah, that was my process for this one. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm really happy with the way the redraw turned out, and this was gonna be a video of like how to improve your art, but I'll save that for another time. You can just enjoy watching me redraw this. I want to say thank you to artists like Alistair Casey and Lavender Town for inspiring me to make videos like this. I'm looking forward to trying harder at YouTube during 2018. He says during February, but whatever. All my social media is linked down below if you want to follow me there, and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Have a nice day.